We've all dreamt of possessing superpowers in real life. Not only would it be exciting, but we'd be able to resemble our favorite iconic superheroes in reality as well. While that isn't entirely possible as of yet, there are several products you can buy that'll help you live out your geeky fantasy in real life. From lifelike versions of the Transformers, to vehicles ridden by Batman himself, here are some of the most incredible superhero vehicles you need to check out. Let's get into it. Number 13. LETRONS Transformer. All Transformer fans are in for a ride because the Turkish technology and R&D company LETRONS has turned your fantasies into reality. They've built a full-scale drivable BMW Transformer that can be remotely operated and is also capable of performing neck and head movements. Thanks to the dynamic hydraulic controls, it can also pull off arm and hand movements. And the best part is that it has a spectacular dynamic lighting system. You can own this real-life Transformer for $600,000, and for all the geeks out there, it's definitely worth each penny. Number 12. X-Jet. From Transformers to the X-Men, the X-Jet is one of Hollywood's most beloved futuristic jets. It's pretty much a glorified flying bus, shuttling the X-Men whenever the plot needs them to be. Did you know it actually compares to the old original Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird? In fact, it's based on the real high-altitude reconnaissance airplane that was designed in the 1960s. This masterpiece came into being at the height of the Cold War as a black project by Lockheed's Skunk Works division. It was designed by aerospace engineer Clarence Kelly Johnson and was tested on Area 51. It may not be as iconic as Wolverine's claws or Magneto's helmet, but the Blackbird does have its share of fans in the X-Men fanbase, so knowing this jet exists in real life would be quite exciting for enthusiastic nerds. Number 11. Optimus Prime Truck. Here's another epic surprise for Transformers fans out there. The original Optimus Prime truck featured an entirely new design, vastly different from anything displayed in the first 3 movies. So it's not surprising that it took a while to get used to it. But considering it's the world's first and currently only full-scale replica of the iconic Optimus Prime, it's worth all the hype. Number 10. TRON Light Bikes. Disney's Tron Legacy from 2010 did have multiple unforgettable components, and the remarkable Tron light cycle was at the forefront. The futuristic allure of this bike is what sets it apart from regular motorbikes. This speedy two-wheeler leaves luminous trails in its wake as it races through a digital realm. And guess what? It's not just fiction, because Parker's Brothers concept have brought it to life with a considerable degree of success. The most impressive part is that the Tron Light Bike recreation is completely street legal. Available in 2 different versions, the bike charges in around 3 hours and can achieve a top speed of up to 70 miles per hour. Number 9. The BATMOBILE. Every regular fan of Batman knows the famous Batmobile, the fictional car driven by the beloved superhero. No other superhero has a signature ride the way this guy does. Well, it turns out the Batmobile is actually real, and it looks like a love child between a Lamborghini and a Hummer. The model that was to be used in the movies had to comply with several standards. It had to possess a speed of over 100 miles per hour, go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5 seconds, and have a steering system to make sharp turns at city corners, and bear a self-propelled launch of up to 30 feet. Number 8. GHOSTRIDE'S Hellcharger. Okay, so Batman isn't the only one with an incredible car. Marvel's own Spirit of Vengeance Ghost Rider also comes with the Hellcharger. This iconic car can generate dynamic flames, self-repair, ghost through matter, and track dark energies. A real-life replica of this car is just as remarkable, although not with those otherworldly features. Its chassis is modified to include the rear suspension risers provided in the Revel 68 2-in-1 version of the kit. This custom-built replica also has a rear end constructed with scratch-built traction bars. The model's engine is a detailed build of the Hemi racing option from the Revel 68 Charger with an automatic transmission. Number 7. The Hell Cycle. The Hellcharger wasn't the only epic ride throughout Ghost Riders, because one cannot forget the Hell Cycle either. A fun ride capable of moving at remarkable speeds, including up vertical surfaces, cross bodies of water, and sometimes even fight. Measuring 11 feet long and standing 50 inches high, this impressive motorcycle was custom built in Australia from the ground up at the cost of $300,000. Although it's not street legal yet, the bike is equipped with front and rear disc brakes for adequate stopping power. There's stunning fiberglass bodywork and organic vertebrae-inspired shapes, and textures painted bright silver with dark gray accents around the frame and engine. For onlookers, it's going to be quite a sight. Number 6. The Winchester's Impala. Supernatural fans cannot dismiss this one because of the black 1968 Chevrolet Impala as Dean Winchester's trademark car. It was passed down to him by his father, and any Supernatural fan out there knows that this is more of a character than a car. The show's producers knew that they needed more than just one Impala to use throughout the filming of the show. Luckily for fans, there are 9 of these cars, each built differently for filming purposes, some of which are still lying around in real life. Since Supernatural was filmed in Vancouver, British Columbia, there are some scattered Easter eggs that you might find in the oddest of places. Number 5. Bruce Wayne's Aston Martin. Here is the stunning Aston Martin, the iconic car from Batman vs Superman, which belongs to the director Zack Snyder. According to Bloomberg Pursuits, he purchased his first used Aston Martin for $28,000. After the success of the 2007 movie 300, Warner Bros. Brought him a $350,000 Aston Martin Vanquish and offered him a production deal. One cannot forget about the Batmobile that is also featured in the movie, but this Aston Martin right here is a true star all on its own. Since he began filmmaking, it has been a favorite car of Zack Snyder. Number 4. Batman's BATPOD. DC fans would be thrilled to know that you can own the actual stunt bike from The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises. Okay, it's far from being cheap, but it's guaranteed to be worth the investment. There are plenty of replicas inspired by Batman vehicles floating around, but the genuine artifacts remain rare. During the movies, the BATPOD was ridden by stuntman Jean-Pierre Goy, and now for an estimated price of $80,000 to $106,000, anyone can climb on the real deal from the legendary trilogy. The BATPOD doesn't come with a fuel tank or battery, and the throttle controls are disconnected. Only ride this vehicle if you're in for a real adventure. Number 3. Green Hornet's Black Beauty. Black Beauty is the name of the car driven by Kato, the Green Hornet's chauffeur, which is shown to be capable of outrunning practically any police vehicle. Did you know the original version of the car was a heavily modified 1965 Imperial Chrysler Crown that people could easily buy in real life? The filmmakers wanted a real car for the heroic duo, not a tank or something. Back in 1966, when Dean Jeffries was a legend in the world of car customization, the Black Beauty was customized for $50,000. Considering he was able to pull it off without the aid of the effects and technology that we have now, the price tag was pretty much well deserved. Number 2. Iron Man's Audi R8. Famously associated with Tony Stark, the Audi R8 model is the car by the German brand Audi. Throughout the course of the first film in the Iron Man franchise, this was the car Tony Stark used the most, so there's no question this is going to be of particular interest to Marvel fans. From this classic car to the Audi R8 Spider to the Audi e-tron, Stark isn't short of all the versions of the sports car stored in his garage. The best part is that you can purchase them all in real life. Okay, maybe not as quickly as Tony Stark does, but it's satisfying enough to know these cars can exist in reality. Number 1. GHOSTBUSTER'S ECTO 1. A fictional vehicle from the Ghostbusters franchise, the ECTO 1 was the car they used to travel throughout New York City, busting ghosts and other entities. Shortly after the movie's release in 1984, the original ECTO 1 was driven around with one of the Ghostbusters behind the wheel in costume. The other drivers were so enticed by the iconic car that they often lost control of their own vehicles, unfortunately resulting in multiple accidents. The fans were so possessive about this car that when Universal Studios left the original vehicle to rust in a studio backlot, the fans petitioned and ultimately bought the car, restoring it to near perfect condition. Alright, comment below which of these superhero vehicles you want to ride around town. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to TechJoint, and we'll see you in the next one.